Hi, Wendy Hinman here with the Daily Hope. Are you ready for some comic relief in the middle of this dark book of Judges where everyone is doing what's right in their own eyes? We have the story of an angel coming to Manoah and his wife to foretell the birth of Samson. And there's just some funny elements to it. You know, Joy Davidman, who was C.S. Lewis's wife, she was Jewish and became a Christian later in her life, but she said a lot of times what Western Christians miss in the reading of the Old Testament is the humor that's there, the Jewish humor. Like we have this really funny sarcasm in the middle of the suffering of the book of Job, or we have the book of Jonah that reads, though it's true, it reads like satire because Jonah responds so differently than any other prophet. So we have this angel here coming, and I believe this is a Christophany, where the pre-incarnate Christ comes in human form to tell Manoah and his wife that they're going to have the next judge of Israel. And so the angel comes to Manoah's wife, and she tells him, but he doesn't take it at her word, and so he prays, come back, send the guy back. And so the angel comes back and tells Manoah the story, and so then he wants to show hospitality by barbecuing a goat, which shows great hospitality, because if you give bread, that's just, you know, bare hospitality, but the meat signifies something of significance, of honor. And but the angel says, no, if you're going to do that, make it I'm not going to eat, but make it a burnt offering. And so right before that, it says Manoah in verse 16 did not realize that it was the angel of the Lord. Then Manoah inquired of the angel of the Lord, what is your name, so that we may honor you when your word comes true? And that word in the Hebrew, it's not just a name like Wendy. It's a name that has some characteristic or reputation. That's what Manoah is asking. It's like having a trail name. A trail name is given to you by someone else, and it has to do with how you are on the trail. My trail name is Scooch. My husband's trail name is Tilt. Sometimes El Jefe. But it kind of tells a story of who you are more than just your given name. And so he says that, and the angel says, why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful? And here's a Jewish answer, isn't it? You know, Jesus a lot of times would answer a question with a question. And so here the angel says, why do you ask my name? Seeing it is wonderful. And that word in the Hebrew can be secret, or it can be incredible. But he's saying, he's like acting like he's not going to answer, but he really does answer. And then Manoah offers the burnt offering to God, and he sees something wonderful. The angel of the Lord goes into the flames and into the smoke and ascends to heaven. And Manoah there realizes in that worship, in the worship of the burnt offering, he realizes he was talking to more than a man of God. And then he goes, we're all gonna die. Well, he actually says it this way in verse 22, we are doomed to die. He says, because we have seen God. That's one of the reasons I think it's a Christophany. And his wife very sensibly says, if he meant to kill us, he wouldn't have accepted the burnt offering. Verse 23, or he wouldn't have told us that Samson was going to be born. He kind of needs us for the birth of Samson and for this great purpose. But what I want us to see just in this funny story is the wonder that comes from worship. Another reason I think it's a Christophany is that's a name given to Jesus before he's born by the prophet Isaiah. His name shall be Wonderful Counselor. And so just let's worship today. In worship, so often we see more of God than we do in just reading. Take the scripture, read it, worship, and let the praises come, and take a moment to just be in the stillness. And what do you see of God? I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. Go out and have a wonder-filled day.